What's up, y'all? AWB, I'm back at it. Let me fix this. All right, AWB, I'm back at it. Go ahead and get started. See if a couple people jump in before we go ahead and play the video. If not, we'll play it anyway. But I'd just like to see if we get a couple people in here right now. I know it's not that late. Everywhere else, back in the States, right now it's 8 a.m. for me. So I know it's probably PM nighttime for everybody else. But anyway, we're not gonna wait it out too long. Just want to see if a couple people get in here. I know it's bad timing right now for everybody, but I just wanted to go ahead and make this video right now. I love having y'all on the stream, and the fact that I'm able to post your comments and everything like that makes the video even better, because people just think it's me on the video or commenting or saying my thoughts on the video. They don't understand that it's so many other people on here with me, and that's why I don't understand why people, oh, you need to be quiet during the video, or you need to stop pausing and let them speak in the video. I'm like, y'all know that this was a stream and I had other people on the stream with me. Matter of fact, it'd be a lot of people on the streams with me. And I just decided to start posting some of the videos that have y'all on it as well. And the fact that some people are like, oh, you need to be quiet during the video. I'm like, I give everybody the information for the video. So if they want to go watch the video by themselves, they can do that. I don't know why they get on my video and comment crazy stuff like, oh, you need to be quiet, or you talk too much during. Like, it's just weird. Like, if you want to watch the video by yourself while it's super quiet, then you can do that. Let's see, but I have a video pulled up. This is from EW body cam channel, and this is cop loses it when he gets a dirty look. So if you want to see the video without me stopping it or saying anything, then you can just go to the video. That's why I have it available right here. You can just go watch the video by yourself. But for the people who actually enjoy having me talk about what's going on, saying my thoughts, like most of my subscribers, I know y'all enjoy having me here and watching this with y'all. Just like most normal people, who wants to do everything by themselves? I don't do that. What I do is I wait for a few people to get in here, then I go ahead and start the video. But it just amazes me that the reaction that I get to the videos. All right, let me show y'all something real quick. So this was one of the videos, and this person here, I think that says Nikoi 2004, says, you keep cutting into the show. Let the people finish, then you talk. We're here for the news you found, not to hear you cutting them off to talk yourself. Then I comment, just watch it by yourself. You know, that's pretty simple. Just watch it by yourself if you don't want me in the video with commenting or saying my thoughts on the video. That's like going, if you go to the movies, that's like going to the movies and they tell you, oh, don't react to the movie because other people don't like your reaction to the movie, or they don't like you saying stuff in the movie. It's very weird. So we'll go ahead and get started. Hold on, y'all. D says, so your narrating is a plus. If someone doesn't like your method, they can go somewhere else. That's the same thing I say, D. I'm like, it makes no sense that why they comment what they comment. Like, if you don't want to hear what I'm saying, then just go watch the video by yourself. And you know, I just don't get why people decide, okay, this is what I'm gonna comment on this video that I didn't watch or I didn't enjoy because somebody else was talking on it. It's absolutely ridiculous. But let's go ahead and get started. So this is Cop Loses It. After he gets a dirty look. And this is from EWU body cam footage. Body cam channel.
You need more training. I need more training. You need sacrifice. You got a mental problem. You said he's gonna catch a body. Everything recorded. Him right here. He said he's gonna catch a body out here. Everything recorded.
On August 23rd, 2020, police officers on patrol in Chicago made the abrupt decision to detain a young man by the name of Leroy Kennedy. One moment, Leroy was going about his day, and the next, he was being tackled, his face ground into the pavement. He was resisting arrest, officers would later inform him. But the original reason they stopped him seemed to mystify everyone, including the officers themselves, who seemed intent on behaving unprofessionally throughout the encounter. Right away, we're situated in the middle of a chaotic scene fueled by an incensed mob. They've just witnessed a violent incident instigated by the police themselves.
Hey, no, chill out. You got roll your. We'll roll your. Take this. We just you. Take this. You just busted. You playing, bro. You playing, bro. You playing, bro. You playing. Helping you. Helping you. You just this face up like this. Now you just this face up. You was trying to fight me, bro. You was trying to fight them. You touching me for no reason, bro. I ain't got to get on you, bro. I ain't taking off when I walk, though. I ain't run, I walk, though. Come on, man. Put him in on. Stop pushing him, bro. I'm gonna get some medical attention, bro.
You might expect that once Leroy is in the back of the squad car, his defenders will disperse. However, this seems to have the exact opposite effect.
Bro, back up. I'll be back. Back up.
No, they're mad. Exactly what you think would be.
The chaotic scene has quickly evolved to what appears to be a standoff between officers and civilians. The officer, having put his hands around Leroy's neck and having thrown him to the ground, definitely doesn't appear to have been warranted. While exercising force against a fleeing suspect is allowed, so long as the force is reasonable under the circumstances, Leroy didn't appear to have been a fleeing suspect. He also didn't appear to have been resisting, nor did it seem he had any weapons on his person. There must be specific, articulable facts to support the exercise of force, and here we aren't seeing any.
Give me some space. I'm trying to get medical attention, bro. Because you did. It is what it is. Ain't no that's why we don't like y'all. Chill, y'all. I hate y'all. Come on, face up, bro. I ain't got Bro, I have nothing. Why you take what y'all with me for, bro? I walked off, bro. Bro, did you move my hands? Bro, you want to search me, bro? I'll have up the top of you search. You can search me hands down, everything. I don't have nothing.
Y'all, this is so wild. So they just feel that, and that's the problem everybody has with the police. It's like they feel like they can do anything no matter what, just because they want to do it. This man was doing nothing but walking down the street, and they decided to grab him in the chokehold and slam on the ground, just because they didn't like how he looked at them, or basically a whole bunch of BS, which is crazy. And his friends in the background are, which I'm thinking that's more like family, and they're wondering why you doing a family member like that. And of course they're gonna be mad and have something to say about it.
I got you. Okay, now just check in, take the sticker, Hamlin in the Costa, Augusta and Hamlin, take it a
It also doesn't help that more police are joining the scene by the minute. It's hard to say who's most upset, Leroy, the crowd, or the police.
Look at them, man. Look how deep they are. This is absolutely nuts.
One of the officers who participated in the arrest appears to be particularly agitated and takes it out on the crowd.
Let's go then. Take that off, 140-pound ass. 140 pounds. Hold on with your homies. Come, Tony. Take that off. Yeah. He wasn't like that when you just got out here. He was not like that. He was not like that. He said, since I was on when you off the clock, you every day. You stay it. I appreciate you guys. Stay right there. That's fine. Why you getting all tough and down like you got sticks? You picking up sticks?
He said people got sticks and stuff. Meanwhile, they got guns. The cops are there with not only guns, but they have a uniform that is bulletproof. But you talk about gun. Cops have guns, tasers, pepper spray, handcuffs, and then they're afraid of people with sticks. It makes no sense. And not only do they have all those things, they have a team with them.
That man not like that. Me just slammed on his head. We did. We know. We're not lying about it. Right. Okay. Oh, what the force for? Take the come on. You just busted. You playing, bro. You playing, bro. You playing, bro. You playing. Let me go for it, y'all. Helping you. Helping you. You just this face up like this. Man, you just get straight up. Let your hands on that bitch. You was trying to fight me, bro. You was trying to fight them. You touching me for no reason, bro. I ain't got to get on you, bro. I ain't taking off when I walk off. I ain't run, I walk off. On my middle, criminal. Stop pushing him, bro. I'm gonna get some medical attention over there.
You might expect that once Leroy is in the back of the squad car, his defenders will disperse. However, this seems to have the exact opposite effect.
Bro, back up. I'll be back. Back up.
The chaotic scene has quickly evolved to what appears to be a standoff between officers and civilians. The officer having put his hands around Leroy's neck and having thrown him to the ground, definitely doesn't appear to have been warranted. While exercising force against a fleeing suspect is allowed, so long as the force is reasonable under the circumstances, Leroy didn't appear to have been a fleeing suspect. He also didn't appear to have been resisting, nor did it seem he had any weapons on his person. There must be specific, articulable facts to support the exercise of force, and here we aren't seeing any.
Give me some space. I'm trying to get medical attention, bro. Because you did. It is what it is. That's why we don't like y'all. Chill, y'all. I hate y'all. My face up, bro. I ain't got bro. I have nothing. Why y'all me, bro? I won't, bro. Did you move my hands? Bro, you want to search me, bro? I'll have about the top of you search. You can search me hands down, everything. I don't have nothing.
Handling in the cuffs. Take control now.
I got you.
Okay, now disregard. Take a disregard. Disregard. Handling in the cuffs. Cuffs and handling. Take a disregard.
It also doesn't help that more police are joining the scene by the minute. It's hard to say who's most upset, Leroy, the crowd, or the police. One of the officers who participated in the arrest appears to be particularly agitated and takes it out on the crowd.
Let's go then! Take that 140-pound ass. 140 pounds. Hold on with your homies. Come. Take that.
Yeah. He wasn't like that when he was just out here. He was not like that. He was not like that. He said, "Since I was on,
I appreciate you guys. Stay right there. That's fine.
You're now tucking it down like that.
Sticks. You picking up sticks?
That man was not like that.
Me and just slammed on his head. We did. We know. We're not lying about it.
Right.
Okay? Oh, what the force for? We start fighting around. He choked him through the gate. We tried to talk to him. You pulled up. You don't need that.
Yeah, because he slammed him on the
He did. I understand. But he was coming up behind him. Okay? Trying to pull him away. It's on camera. It's on camera.
white dude, bro. What's the issue? Lock your dumb. You need more training.
I need more training.
You need sacrifice. You got a mental problem. He said he's gonna catch a body. Everything recorded. Him right here. He said he's gonna catch a body out here. Everything
He came up to me with a stick.
Bro, straight home. Take that deal, bro. Take that deal, bro. Take that deal, bro. Look at his face, bro.
Catch a body today.
You might think you misheard the officer, but he did in fact say that he was looking to catch a body, and as he continuously points out to the crowd, it's all on video.
You picked up a bag. It's on camera. I did. I will.
Everything has gotten out of hand, and the officer needs to quickly separate Leroy from the scene. Considering the number of members of law enforcement who've responded to the scene, at least 1 to 2 should be making efforts to de-escalate the situation and to calm the civilians. However, what we've seen isn't consistent with this. At this point, it's clear that the officers have lost control of the situation. Irate civilians have surrounded the cruiser, and Leroy should have already been transported away from the scene.
I wasn't. Your ass was inside. I'm intimidated.
There's something obviously wrong with it, bro.
The situation is now completely out of control. Officers are behaving unprofessionally, which tarnishes the law enforcement badge. While they should never let their emotions be seen, their anger has gotten the best of them. The civilians have a right to challenge authority, and the officers have no right to speak to the civilians the way they are, including the name-calling and threatening to lock them up, as you just witnessed. As the police car begins to pull away,
This look like gang activity against. They have this look like a gang battle. Like the way they're acting is like one gang against another gang, but the one gang is a solidified gang, and the other gang is just a group of people.
the officer continues shouting insults out the window.
Make more than you, bro. Running. Remind me to take this. Relax. I got you, okay? I got you. And nobody gonna treat you badly. I'm gonna get you water and everything, okay?
But based on the police treatment Leroy has experienced so far, though, these promises likely don't mean much. Back where the crowd is gathered, several bystanders attempt to explain how the situation has played out so far. The response they get is lackluster at best, if not outright dismissive.
Let me go see his sister, man. Put their hand on. He jumped out, he grabbed him. He didn't try to get aggressive with him. He picked him up and slammed him, man. On the guy in the car.
When
The
the
black
black
officer
gentleman
picked
told
him
him
up.
to not touch him, the officer got mad and choked him.
Yeah, he
and
choked
then he tried to resist. The officer took him and slammed him on the ground.
He wasn't doing
So
nothing.
why did the police officer get out of the car?
We have no idea. They
Told me
parked
to
right
sit right
here.
here.
They parked right here. They were sitting down right here. He started walking towards them. The gentleman got up and started walking away. I guess he didn't want no problem. They never found nothing on. He wasn't doing anything wrong. The black officer tried to corner him off, ran and chased him and blocked him off. He said, "Man, I ain't did nothing. Don't touch me." The officer grabbed him and started choking him.
I'm sorry.
Well, my suggestion is if you want to make a complaint, to be called COFA. But obviously, it looks like the guy's under arrest for something.
What that something is remains to be seen. An officer needs to take charge of the situation and give the disgruntled witnesses a voice. They need for someone to listen and to feel they've been heard. They should be given the option to fill out statements and potentially compose formal complaints. Even if the complaints don't move forward, perception is everything, even so much as giving the witnesses business cards as a way to build trust. For now, officers clear the original scene and arrange to meet EMS at a more controlled location. However, not all of the officers go quietly, fanning the flames of unrest before leaving the area.
Oh, we come out thick. That's how we do.
Why would he even say something like that? That's insane to me.
I'm just talking to the community, bro. That's it. I still love you, though. I still love you. I love you, Papa.
They need attention. All right, let's go. They just need attention. I don't want to give them attention.
Just a few blocks away, one of the officers waiting for EMTs to assess Leroy finally thinks to ask a rather important question.
We jumped.
What should I get him for? I'm trying to see what you're arrested for.
What's he arrested for? They instantly started fighting. But you don't know what you're arrested for? I'll be arrested for. Hey, no, hey, see my face. You see my face.
As we saw in the arrest footage, this isn't exactly true. It seems that the police are getting creative. Police chased Leroy down, and it was only after they laid hands on him that he began to flail.
They started grabbing on Razor as soon as he walked up, grabbing his back, grabbing the doctor's vest, pulling him away. We didn't even say.
This claim may be true. Conflict once again flares between Leroy and the officers while they wait for EMS.
Chill out, man.
Even rookies are taught not to engage with a yelling detainee. While it would go a long way in the court of public opinion and among a jury when footage shows officers not engaging, this particular officer opens the door to the cruiser and confronts Leroy. His act is clearly unprofessional. In addition, the backwards worn baseball hat wouldn't be a standard issued uniform item. Police already saw that Leroy had a phone during the arrest, the search, and when they initially placed him in the car.
Injuries from the takedown? Yeah. I see you. Yeah.
Oh, Antelope Gray, 514-891-4. Antelope Gray, I'll job. Antelope Gray, I research Harry, bring the rep, yo, Robinson on long part. What those fake out home? I'm gonna get all you. Antelope Gray. Watch this.
Soon EMTs arrive to tend to Leroy's injuries. He's escorted out of the police car and into the ambulance while police decide who will accompany him to the hospital. Before getting underway, police take the opportunity to search Leroy again, but nothing incriminating has appeared in his pockets since the last time they checked. With that out of the way, they can finally head to the hospital. In addition to the scrapes on his face, Leroy was treated for injuries to his hands and wrists. There were also concerns about a concussion due to the force with which Leroy's head hit the pavement. While he has recovered physically, he's since come forward to say the encounter left him traumatized.
I don't understand why you still up.
What's up?
Why you still up?
Why am I still what?
Why the you still up?
Why am I still what?
You heard what I said.
It's a good question because you've certainly noticed Leroy.
You heard what I said. Why the you still up?
What's up?
Why you still up?
Why am I still what?
Why the you still up?
Why he asked him that question over and over again? Why are you still here? Why am I still like? I hate when they play that game like they don't know what you're saying. For whatever reason, they do it.
Why am I still what?
You heard what I said.
It's a good question because you've certainly noticed Leroy still hasn't been told why he's under arrest. While the United States Supreme Court has held that it's good police practice to tell a suspect why they're being arrested when taken into custody, the Supreme Court has found no constitutional requirement to do so. Very few states statutorily require this in the United States. It's an exception far from the norm.
Patel 1129.
Damn sure gonna know. My lawyer come holler at y'all, you damn sure gonna know.
Cool.
Damn sure finna get y'all food.
All right, that's good.
Like, damn sure finna get y'all food. For tour.
Best of luck to you, buddy.
1829.
Best of luck to you, buddy.
Good luck. You just got 200,000 for the same. Got good Why you grab me like that? Why you grab me for that? I don't get why he touching me, bro.
No reason.
When Leroy's arrest came under investigation, it seemed police had very little to say.
He grabbing him for no reason except a display of perceived power that he has. There's no other reason he would be grabbing you. You in handcuffs. You just got out ambulance. And you're under arrest for no reason. You have handcuffs on you for no reason. There's no reason he should be grabbing you. It's
for themselves by way of explanation.
All right. All right. We'll put everybody else as offenders that grabbed you. We'll do that on the case report. We'll start head on. Yeah, the description or whatever. We'll get the camera. All right, head on in.
It's clear that the sergeant is aware the situation has been botched. The story officer settled on was that Leroy looked directly at the officers as they drove by, widened his eyes, and then walked away. It appears that Leroy was violently arrested for the serious crime of looking surprised. The official report went on to mention that police suspected Leroy might have had a gun when he reached for his pocket, but as they later discovered, all he could have been reaching for was his phone or glasses. It seems the real reason Leroy was stopped was simply a case of bullying or misuse of power. Leroy was charged with resisting arrest and aggravated assault against a peace officer. All charges were dropped a few months later, thanks to the body camera footage which proved Leroy was not the instigator. Leroy proceeded to sue the City of Chicago Police Department for personal damages, as well as to ensure this sort of situation doesn't happen again. He was ultimately awarded $195,000. Clearly, the situation should have been handled much differently. While police training has progressed over the years, it must continue to evolve.
$195,000 of citizen money just because they decided they were going to act crazy that day. Now the citizens have to pay for that. I'm glad he won. I'm glad that that day it was a bad day, but it ended up being pretty good for him. Could you imagine that? Something like that happened to you. You get $195,000 because police are criminals, basically.
$195,000. Clearly, the situation should have been handled much differently. While police training has progressed over the years, it must continue to evolve and grow with the times. De-escalation, implicit bias, and wellness of law enforcement officers are a few of the mandatory training programs officers must complete. In addition, they're now educated on reporting misconduct they see other officers committing. While officers like these should be a thing of the past, we still have a long distance ahead, evidenced by what we just witnessed.
Yeah, they say they just got him a house. Yeah, pretty much. They pretty much took care of any problems any financial issues that he had was solved just by the police deciding that they were gonna abuse him that day and assault him. You just got to think, man. This and it always trips me out that people say, "Oh, you're recording, and you're just doing it to get money from a lawsuit or whatever reason." They feel like they have issues with us recording, but you have to see. I know you see what happened. Like, look what happened.